Bismillah Rahman Rahim. I am Dr. Sima Rahman, President of PUCTA. In this short presentation, I want to explain the progress of APUCTA on the promotion policy, and I'm also trying to explain some of the misunderstanding about the progress and the developments. So, what was the problem? So, the problem was that HEC had provided appointment policy for BPS faculty, but there was no policy for promotion of BPS faculty. Now, what EPUCTA did, EPUCTA presented a proposal to HEC, and in this proposal, EPUCTA had suggested three tracks. One was fast track, another was normal track, and then the third was slow track. So these two tracks, the fast track and the normal tracks, these were for PhD faculty, and the slow track was for non-PhD faculty. Okay, so what was the situation? This normal track was already there in the existing policy of HEC, and this was already in use for BPS appointments. So the committee agreed to use this same policy for the promotion of BPS faculty. Now about the fast track. So this track was this is currently there for and is used for the promotion of TTS faculty. TTS faculty have normal track and fast track. So we tried to have this fast track to be included in the promotion for BPS faculty, and the HEC EPUPTA Papwasa committee, they all agreed to have this track too for the BPS faculty. Now we come to the third track, which was suggested by EPUPTA, and this was about the non-PhD faculty. Now the problem here is that for the promotion of non-PhD faculty, there exists no policy as far as the existing appointment or promotion policies of HEC are concerned. So the committee didn't agree at this stage with the EPUPTA proposal, and the committee suggested that a policy should be needed for the promotion of BPS faculty, for the sorry for the non-PhD faculty, and then afterward it can be discussed. So the problem here is that for the in the existing policies, there is no such policy for the promotion of non-PhD faculty. Okay, so this is the situation, that why these two were agreed by the HEC EPUPTA Papwasa committee, and this track was not agreed. So this was the reason that there exists no such policy for the promotion of non-PhD faculty. Now, what is way forward? What we have to do to solve this problem? So work need to be done on part of the faculty. So the EPUPTA needs data about the service length, okay, and data about the challenges that are faced by non-PhD faculty in getting NOCs and scholarships, because for doing PhD, one has to get study leave, scholarship, uh, okay, and they need these opportunities, and we have to communicate these issues to HEC. And now working on part of EPUCTA core committee. So the EPUCTA core committee need to prepare a case, okay, on the following grounds. And the grounds are that how thousands of non-PhD faculty can be ignored, how HEC policies can be applied on those who have joined jobs before these policies and who have spent 10 or 15 or more than 15 years. There are some cases where the BPS faculty are serving university from the last 20 and 22 years. There are cases available. So how these faculty members can be denied the right of promotion, and how excellence and teaching and experience can be ignored. We accept that research is important for university teachers, but we also need to understand that excellence and teaching shouldn't be ignored. Okay, and how a faculty member with weak teaching performance can get promotion, and teacher with excellent teaching performance is deprived of promotion. We also see, we have examples where teaching is not giving any priority or any weight, and just with minimum requirement of research one can get a promotion. So if there is a teacher who have excellent performance in teaching, but who have weak performance in research, then how such faculty members are denied promotion? Okay, and there are also many the promotion policy exists in ESTA code. Okay, and the promotion policies exist for employees in other institutions. So on the basis of these points and other points, the EPUCTA core committee has to present the case to HEC, and I hope that so far uh, our experience is that when a case is presented to HEC with some arguments and logic, then they understand the things, and then they accept, because so far we have what we have experienced with HEC is that we need to present the case properly with evidences, with data, and with solid proofs. And if we do this, then we will also be able to achieve this goal, that is promotion for non-PhD faculty. Okay, because in this case, now the problem is that either the faculty has to be given opportunity for doing PhD, and if the university and HEC fails to give them this opportunity, then they have to give them the opportunity of promotion. Okay, so the HEC and universities has to do either of these two tasks, either to give them the opportunity of doing PhD, or to give them promotion. There is no third option. Okay, this is the situation. Now what we request from the faculty, we request passion, focus, and unity. And we should also keep this in mind that Rome was not built in a day. Okay, so, and I'm thankful to Dr. Niyazari from Sheringal University, who helped me in preparing this presentation. Thank you very much.